started this morning from Vlore. We drove over to Berat. Pretty uneventful ride except for a couple of villages that had their markets in the middle of the state roads, which was surprising to me. And now we're in Berat and hoping we can find parking, wander around a little bit, go up to the castle, check out some nice views. Holiday weekend, nice sunny day. Lots of people, but we still found a decent parking spot. We're gonna walk through Berat a little bit. We're gonna walk across the river, give Holden the view back towards Berat, or towards the castle, and then we'll go up into the castle. But you can see why, like, we don't have to spend a ton of time in this place.
Yeah, actually really cool. Yeah.
It's like you look at it, you walk around a bit, you go across the street, we go across the river, and then we'll go up to the top and you walk around more in the castle. And like there's some cool alleyways, but you're walking up and down stairs. So there's a road that goes up through the old town, or not through, well, through part of the town to get up to the castle. But it seems very complicated to get to now. And we saw coming in, we saw a new road to get up to the castle. So when we leave, we will take that new road and see where it takes us. But for now, we're just gonna go for a stroll. Yeah. Because we've been sitting in the car for a couple hours. In similar fashion to the entire trip so far, things are under construction, not really open. It's, what are we, middle of April?
And towards the end of April.
Towards the end of April, and people are not ready to accept any clientele, except for a handful of restaurants. I walked into this restaurant behind us and he just said it was closed. And I tried to ask him some questions, and he just stared at me like he didn't understand anything that I was saying. Which he maybe didn't, but my Albanian isn't that bad. Time to head up to the castle. I am hoping that the road that we saw signs for earlier is actually a road to the castle, but I guess we will find out. Cool. Parking the wrong side of the road, buddy. This road allegedly leads us to the castle, and I'm skeptical. But it's a relatively newly paved road, so it might be okay. But we will have to wait and figure out what is actually true about it. Hopefully it does, because I don't want to turn around and go back. We did find the right road. It wasn't the same as usual, but it took you to the same parking spot. And I went from the outside of the city, which is kind of nice. You don't have to go through all of the traffic just to get up to the to the castle.
5.
I think this castle usually costs money to get into. I feel like I've paid money to get in here before. And there was a turnstile, but today the guy said it was without a ticket. Look at this. There's a restaurant. That's not the one. Oh. Yeah. A number of the castles here in Albania have people living inside, so there's like cars parked in here, and some of these buildings are actual houses, which like to me is a bit normal now, but Holden was a little surprised to realize that there were houses in there. And then they have a bunch of little restaurants and a couple museums and stuff up here too.
Most of the ones I've seen are just ruins, so.
Yeah, most of the houses?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I really like about these castles is that you can just kind of walk anywhere. As long as you're not walking into someone's house, you can kind of just walk anywhere and no one's going to say anything. If there's a pathway, you can walk on it.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
How are you?
Fine.
And there's that mountain.
Yeah. You can see where we were parked down there too. Not sure that horse can support my weight.
Yeah, no, of course it's falling apart.
Looks like it's seen better days. According to the internet, this castle was built in the 13th century, which makes it very old. You can do the math depending on what century you're watching the video in. But a lot of the walls are seem to be pretty decently intact.
One of the better shaped castles I've seen.
One of the better what?
In shaped castles I've seen.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I guess there are people living in it. So.
Right. Cars driving in and out, you kind of hope it's in decent shape. I think this was the water cistern, but I could be wrong.
Oh, you can go down in there.
Can you get all the way in there? Then it must not have been a water cistern. Oh yeah, no, it definitely was. Well, that's disappointing. I thought that was gonna be cooler. There's this legend. You see this mountain and there's like strips down it?
Yeah.
So the legend is that that mountain and the mountain on the other side where the thunderstorms are were brothers, and they're fighting over a woman, a princess or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fighting, and that one used swords, which like cut this one, and this one used like boulders with throwing rocks or something. And so the other mountain has a bunch of like holes
Craters in it.
Yeah, craters in it. And the woman cried so much she turned into the river, and they were cursed to just be mountains. This is what I've been told. I don't know how true it is, but
I'm sure it's
that's
true.
one of the legends of Berat. You're sure it's true?
It's
Yeah,
true.
definitely true. I kind of like this castle, especially when it's free. It makes it a lot better. I think the entrance was like, last time I was here, it was like 300 like, that was a couple years ago. But I could be completely wrong.
I guess we're probably early in the season too.
Early in the season, and it's a holiday weekend, so I feel like they might be willing to open it up for free on some holiday weekends. But now we gotta go find you some food.
Yes.
Let's get you some good, well-made, hopefully traditional Albanian food.
In a castle.
In a castle. What more could you ask for?
Not much more Albanian than that.
True. We're gonna try to find Holden something to eat. There's this place called Temi, I think is how you pronounce it, Temi. And I've eaten there before, and we're gonna try to go get some traditional Albanian dish for him. Going after your bread, maybe.
Okay.
You've been adopted. Because it's a restaurant, I'm used to these being like in a clay pot, I guess.
Oh my gosh, it's just... Not bad.
The people at that restaurant remembered me from the last time I came here 2 years ago. The mother that was cooking for us remembered me. Holden appreciated the tavkosi.
Yeah.
Said it wasn't his favorite, but tavkosi is not my favorite either, so I can't blame him. Now we're gonna get in the car. We're gonna drive back to Pogradec, and I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna drive back to Pogradec, or at least start the drive back to Pogradec. So we made it back to Pogradec. Pretty uneventful drive. Now we're out going for a walk, walking to dinner, making a gyro. Holden,
I dressed for the occasion.
he dressed for the occasion, just like I told him to. He dressed up for the evening stroll. If you don't know what a gyro is, I made a video about it, and I'll link it in the top corner, and you can watch that to figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna go try to find some food. I don't know if we'll find any like traditional food tonight, just because of dinner time is not really the most common time to be eating that. But we'll see. We'll see what we stumble across.